All right, so here we are, and here we go. I've seen these things going through my timeline, and I didn't know if I even wanted to speak about these things, but I got a lot of responses from you guys who wanted to know what I thought about these subjects. And I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. Um, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not getting ready to sugarcoat anything. So if you are the faint of heart, I'm going to give you a few seconds to go ahead and pack your things up and hit it, because I got some things to say, and some of it probably won't come across the best. But it is what it is. You called for me, so here I am. Tamar Braxton, Tyla, and Lil Nas X. That's an interesting bunch. That's an interesting bunch, especially in a 7-day period. And everybody's having some situations. Now, first question is this, and is it a little off? Yeah. Is this some drug-induced or alcohol-induced behaviors, or is this just odd behaviors as a whole? Now, I'm going to pull Tyla out of it right now. Let me do that, because I don't really know much about her. I don't really know too much about her. I really don't. Not so much of a fan. Like she's cool. She all right. But I've not followed behind her. She hasn't really done anything that really made me put my eye on her. You know, the last thing that I saw with Tyla is that her public persona was not that great. It was not that great. But now all three people, they're people that I don't want to see anything happen to, because they have made some impacts with our young people and our entertainment field, period. So what I know of Tyla is that people in America wasn't real crazy about her. Her public persona, that whole doesn't want to hold her awards and all of that. It came across very arrogant, and it was very off-putting. It was very off-putting. So I kind of haven't really paid her much attention. Haven't paid her much attention since that time. Now, I'm going to say to her, I don't know what your issue was, young lady, but you need a better group of people around you. I'll say that. You need a better group of people around you, because somebody was bringing her out of a club or something, and her body was just basically kind of lifeless. Like she was just like a wet, limp noodle. And they're carrying her out. And I'm like, did this child pass out? Did she pass out drunk? What's really going on? And again, wherever the place is, somebody got it on film. So it's more of a high profile place. So now it falls, because if you're out of it, the responsibility now falls on whoever it is that's in your camp, who are your handlers. She's a little tiny woman. And I mean, they're just lifting her and carrying her out like a little child that fell asleep at a movie or something. And just lifeless. If she was a little kid, we wouldn't pay it no attention. Be like, oh, that baby done fell asleep down there to the little movie thing. But no, you're a grown ass woman. Grown women being carried out limp. Oh yeah, we're going to have questions. We're going to have questions, and we're going to ask questions of everybody, especially the individual carrying her out. What is really going on? And then just nothing. We haven't heard anything. We just seen the video of her being carried out. Nobody has said anything. Nobody has said anything. I haven't heard a thing about Tyla. Did she ever wake up? We don't know. We don't know. She definitely needs to get a better group of people around her. And I don't know. Now, that would be my question if I was to sit down and interview her. Do you trust the people that you've been surrounded with? Do you trust? So that's really all I have for her. It's a cautionary tale. Don't trust everybody. Don't trust everybody. Everybody in your camp ain't sitting around with a s'more on a stick. Some people might be standing with a hatchet or a knife. There are Jason Voorheeses in every camp. Do you trust the people in your camp? I'm going to say that you probably shouldn't. To be dragged out of some place like a wet noodle and people got pictures of it and all of that, and you're a public person, I don't like it. I don't like it. It didn't look good. It didn't leave me feeling good. You know, again, I don't know the young lady, but I don't ever want to see a young woman being handled that way because it is very suspect to me. And the first thing my mind goes to, because of the climate that we're in, and people don't respect our women, they don't. You know, they don't respect them. Do they really protect them all the time? No. So as soon as I see something like that, I'm immediately trying, is there foul play? Do we need to call somebody? What's really going on? And then for us not to hear anything, like I said, has she woken up since? We don't even know. And then whoever your PR people are, where are they? It's been days. Where the hell's your PR people? I ain't happy with that situation. I'm not happy at all in how Tyla is being handled. And who knows? It could actually be her. It could be her that's saying, you know, don't say anything or whatever. She posted on Twitter a meme of drunk Beyonce. So that sounds like some moral arrogant, sideways bullshit. Okay, well, I'll keep watching, but I'll say this. I know me, and the fact that I've dedicated a few minutes of my broadcast to that, if she comes down and all she has to offer about what actually happened is like a whole arrogance and a basically mind your business, then I'm gonna drag her in the next broadcast. That's not. When you step out into the street and things are like so, the public wants answers, because the public at this point, we were really like worried about what was going on with her. You know what I mean? So it right now would not be the time for an arrogant statement. So I'm gonna put a pin in it. I'm gonna put a pin in it for now, girl. Don't do it to yourself, honey. Don't do it. Moving right along. So we got Tamar and we got Lil Nas X. Which one do y'all want to tackle first? Let's tackle Tamar first. Because I know y'all know the Tamar. So much to say, so little time. Tamar, you make it hard. You make it very hard for us to care for you. You do. You make it hard for us to care for you. I don't know how to feel about the situation. I really don't. I don't know how to feel about the situation. Tamar they were celebrating a birthday. She was out with Funky Dineva, and God knows we just sat here and Dineva is being questioned like Dineva's in a murder investigation. And he's being like questioned, and what about this and what about that? And how about when this happened? And I'm like, okay. But again, her cryptic message is, I think, why things are being the way that they are for Funky, because, well, one, Funky, y'all know I love Funky Dineva, But I just got done talking about protecting our women and that kind of thing. So naturally, and he was a little flippant, I thought, in his answers. I don't know about the lady, this, but that's his persona and the way he talks. But I was like, oh, fuck, you're gonna get yourself into trouble, because his answers were very flippant. You know what I mean? Like it was very given very much shit. I ain't responsible for it. That's what it was given. But yeah, we are responsible for each other when we hang out with one another. That's, even if we're not tight like that. But I listened to him. And when he said, we rode in the car to her place, I got in my car and I went on about my business. She went on in the house. I didn't go into the house. So that was kind of it. And I think, again, it's Funky's delivery that gets Funky into trouble. That's my baby. But his delivery gets him into trouble. And it's that, he has that flippant, get the hell out of my face, too, and that gets him into trouble. But from what I'm seeing, you're clear. You're fine. You're clear. You didn't, the party ended with the car ride. You went about your business. Boom. And that's all you had to say, Funky. Sometimes you be bringing that bullshit to yourself, my baby. That's just, it was very, child, don't ask me shaking out my face. And it wasn't time for all that. But anyway, so that message. Now we got Tyla, ain't nobody said nothing. And then you got Tamar, she is going to capitalize on the moment. I don't give a goddamn what y'all say. Now I feel bad that she said that she literally, she almost died. What does that mean, sweetheart? What does that mean? Because I almost died means different things to different people. And see, Tamar ain't stupid. Hey, y'all. Hi, Troy. Tamar not stupid. The two people in this broadcast that I think are the baddest trolls of our time is Tamar Braxton and Lil Nas X. Only thing about Tamar's trolling is Tamar ain't funny to me. The shit that Lil Nas X do, you make me laugh at y'all and how y'all respond to y'all. Not lives for Lil Nas X. I love Lil Nas X, and he trolls, and he's an unapologetic troll, because that's what trolling is. It's, I'm getting you all up in your feelings. I'm throwing you off your square, and then I ain't never going to apologize for it. I'm doing it. I know I'm doing it, and the hell with you. Either you'll laugh it off or you'll be mad, but that's okay, because you're going to tune right back in when I come back and I troll you again. He's doing his job. That's the job of a troll. Only problem with Tamar trolls us, and then when we say something, she go to crying and carrying on. She go to playing victim. Trolls cannot be victims. Trolls can't be victims. Trolls, their main purpose is to aggravate people. So once you aggravate people, you can't turn around and then be a victim. You can't, because you're an asshole. So those two things, see how they don't line up? A victim that's an asshole. No. Lil Nas X is an asshole. Truly, he is. He really, really is. He gets a kick out of trolling. Tamar does too. So she put this little message out. And the thing with her doing this stuff, we don't know when to take you seriously and when not to. When I found myself falling into a position with Tamar and saying, damn, I'm feeling bad for her and what's going on with her, she'll come back, and I don't think it'd be 24 hours. She'll do something, and then she'll just be like cutting up. She'll be cutting up again, and it'll be like everybody can kiss my ass kind of thing. James, the chat, did you look at those links I've sent you from your last stream? Not yet. Simply, when I get done with this, I will go and check it out. Thank you very much. I'll go and check it out. as soon as I'm done with this broadcast. I sure will. Yeah, so you just never know. You know what I mean? You just never know. So here's the thing. Tamar put this old cryptic message up the night after the party, and she says, I almost died. That's how you lead now. You almost died last night. And then it's like, she goes into this whole thing about her mental health. You go back on that, and it's that. It's the I'm gathering you in, bringing you in. Okay, feel sorry for me. I didn't really went through something. Bam, we got you. But what you mean? You almost died last night. That's a loaded goddamn statement. I almost died. I almost died too. But I ain't come down here and put no cryptic message. If I'd have walked down here and put out to y'all, I almost died, y'all would have been like, what the hell happened? You can't just put that and then just leave it. I almost died. And again, that means something different to different people. Yes, I almost died in 2015. I had cancer. I had to go through chemo for 5.5 months. I almost died. So if I would just say that, okay, now you get it, then you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Cool. But you're here, so we can move on. All right, boom. Then she turned around. I almost died. I woke up in a pool of blood, and I had teeth missing. So she got 4 teeth missing, and some of her movement and things was off. Now, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about who I'm talking to, which is Tamar Braxton, who is extremely dramatic. Extremely dramatic, okay? So Tamar to tell me, I fell down, I woke up in a pool of blood. Now, you're not giving us any context as to how you fell down, why you fell down, why the fuck are you still home? And not see right there. See, I told y'all some people was gonna be unhappy with me right here, because this is how my mind went. Why in the fuck are you still home when you almost died last night? Why are you home on the internet telling us that you almost died, but not giving us no details? Because you want my engagement. You want my attention. Now I'm giving you my attention. What you think I'm going to do? I'm going to ask you for some answers. I want to ask you for some answers. Why did you fall down, baby? And then you woke up in a pool of blood. But who said you almost died? Again, I almost died means different things to different people. Every last one of us have almost died. Have you ever sneezed? See, this is real petty right now, but I want you to just listen to what I'm saying to you. When I tell you that I almost died means different things to different people. I almost died to me takes me back to my situation in 2015. That's I almost died. But for me, that's extreme, but that's me. Now, I understand for some other people, they don't have that situation, so it don't get that extreme. But have you ever sneezed? Have you ever sneezed? Every time you sneeze, word to the wise, you almost died. Do you know your heart skips a beat when you sneeze? That's why you say, God bless you. God bless you, my brother. God bless you, my sister, because every time you sneeze, your heart skips a beat. Only God decides whether the beat comes back. And the beat goes on. Not if he say it don't. Not if he says it don't. You can sneeze and leave up out of here if you don't have God's favor. If you don't have his favor, every time, hot chew. He just graced you. He graced you and let you stay a little bit longer because it don't have to be that. It really don't have to be that. That's why I laugh when the people say, "Dude, when you woke up this morning, that's a bigger one. Waking up, that's grace and mercy. But when you sneeze, you don't have to recover." So again, I understand I almost died means different things to different people. So me personally, I didn't appreciate the cryptic message. I really didn't. And you're looking around for you contacted Funky. He said you contacted him and asked for the number to Dr. Heavenly. I almost died last night, but vanity is what I'm focusing on. So I don't know whether to take her serious or not. I don't know whether to take you serious or not. Your message is saying basically you're messed up in your head about what happened. You are tired of even talking because basically people, you made that message and people start calling you and you're tired of actually explaining it because you really don't know what happened to you. You really don't know what happened to you. And you're kind of tired of talking about it because you really don't have the answers. Yet you're sitting at home, you're not at the hospital, and you're goddamn looking for Dr. Heavenly to get your 4 teeth fixed. So again, it brings me to, I don't want to seem like an asshole, but what are we doing? What are we doing? We're playing this game with you that we always play with you. When we try with you. We're trying to care about you, but you make it hard. It always feels like this lady is playing in our damn face. It does. It feels, and I don't know her personally. So I don't dislike her, but she is just exhausting. She literally is exhausting. Just like this person in the chat. You are exhausting. You want my attention so bad. You want my attention so bad. You ain't got nothing to do, baby. You don't have anything to do, my love. Let me give you some attention. You want to be a star? Would you like to be a star? Bitch. Is that what it is? That you want to be a star? You think I can help you with that? See? That's why I don't play with trolls. See? That's a weak troll. That's a weak troll. Not worth the computer that they're typing from. Not worth the phone that you have that probably only got 2 more days on the plan before it cut off. That's weak. You've been typing ever since we got in here. And then when I give you what you want, which is some attention, you a punk and you stop typing. That's what I'm talking about trolling. See, now, my Lil Nas X, he would have engaged because he is a troll. He is a master troll. He would have engaged. That one right there, that was more of a Tamar type of troll, a punk. Soon as I said, boom, okay, I see you. I see you. And they're like, get your weight up, pal. If you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. You came to the right place for lessons. You definitely came to the right place for lessons. Because I'll clean you up. I promise you I will. You want to be a star? Bitch, I'll make you one. Okay, moving right along. Happy Saturday, everybody. Listen, you see I'm in one of my moods today. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just here. I'm just here. I love y'all for real, I do. God knows I do. But I'm the only entertainment over here. I'm the star over here. And don't you ever freaking forget it. Anyway, moving right along. So that whole thing with Tamar, it just, I don't know really how to feel. You know, I don't know how to feel. I want to, well, I'll say this. I don't ever want anything to happen to her. I hate this for her, and especially with her falling, it leads me to believe that she fell forward, and the force to fall forward. Can you imagine how much force it would take to actually have to knock out four of your teeth? Teeth don't just come out. You know what I mean? They don't just come out. You know what I mean? So she is, she really could have really damaged herself. And then we all know that she has actually had work done. And she fractured her nose as well, too. She's had work done on her face. That's not a secret. We know that. Cosmetic surgery, the healing process is a mother with cosmetic surgery. But it ain't real good under fire either. It's not. Now here I'm getting. My trans ladies, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. They may. But back in the day, let me take y'all. Listen, let's go jump on the Lgbt on the rainbow. Let me jump on the rainbow real fast and tell you something from back in the day. I'm up on my soapbox. Back in the day, I never would understand when my trans sisters would get themselves into positions where they're fighting. Girl, why are you fighting? Because you're going to lose even if you are the baddest fighting and the toughest trans out there. You're going to lose because if they get one hit in on you and you got seal in your cheeks and you got all this shit done to you, you can get into a fight with a person, and I've seen it. I have seen a trans girl who stunning, get into a fight with one of the little butch queens, such as a butch queen. That's what we kind of call us, a butch queen. Get into a fight with a butch queen, and baby, we give you bop, 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 and knock you, and then the next thing you know, you come out of it looking like Quasimodo, honey. So, cosmetic surgery is expensive. The healing process is really rough, and then it's not good under fire. Like my face, you punch me in the face, it might swell up, and then the swelling will go down, baby, and it'll melanin popping again in the morning. But somebody that got work done in their face, honey, you punched them in their face, and their cheek could end up here. I've seen it. So that's why I said, don't my trans girls, don't get mad at me. You bitches know I ain't lying. Girls have walked into a fight and go in, baby, looking like Beverly Johnson and come out looking like Mr. T, honey. So it just, all of that worried me when I'm like, wow, she fell obviously forward. She obviously fell forward. So it's not, it just is not, it's just not a good thing. And I didn't understand that back in the day. I never understood that. I said, girl, you better stop it. Why are you out here arguing with these punks, girl? One of these punks is going to bust you in the face, girl. That's what the first thing they're going to go for, because that's the thing that sets you apart from us. See, I'm going to go too deep. They're going to be mad in a minute. That's the thing that sets you apart from us. You're beautiful, Miss Thing. You're beautiful. Let me fix that for you, bitch. Whack up, honey. And the next thing you know, Kilimanjaro. And, there's mean queens that will go after the girls like that and do it just on purpose. It's no different than real biological women. When you were a young girl, what is the first thing that your female counterparts that were older than you taught you? You get ready to fight, go get Vaseline. Come on now. I'm talking to the women. Go get Vaseline. Why do you go get Vaseline when it looked like it's getting ready to go down? Because the first thing that somebody would do is try to scratch your face. They want to make marks on your face. It's the first thing you learn as a young woman, a young girl. Oh, you're going to go do some fighting? Put Vaseline all over your face. And people would try to scratch you. Did I grow up in the ghetto? Yeah. It is what it is. That's what I bring real. If I'm too, I told you this was not for the faint of heart. Okay, so that's that with Tamar. I just, I worry about her. I am worried. I don't want anything bad for her, but at the end of the day, she is just exhausted. Yes, Shauna, take your earrings off because they definitely want to pull your earring and rip your hole in your. Again, literally, people are petty. People are envious, and it is what it is. When you are a young woman and God forbid you look like something, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to attack your beauty. That's, they're young and they're petty, and that's what they do. I think all these unnecessary procedures are going to trigger an autoimmune response in her body. Ooh, and it's too late. T. Trisha, she's been doing this so long. And that's T. Trisha, child. Y'all know it. Thank you so much for the super chat. For those of you who are following me, who know that I'm hosting a meet and greet on water. There's one of the main culprits as to why that even exists is T. Trisha. T. Trisha is one who has been beating me up for years about my fear of cruising. So you all who have actually booked on the cruise, I thank you. God knows I'm just so shocked with the response and so humbled by the response and how quickly you all jumped in and said, oh, you're going to do this. You're going to take this step. I want to take this step with you. Listen, I love you for it. I appreciate it. But yes, T. Trisha is at the top of that list of people who were trying to get me to go on to a boat, and I am actually doing that now. So yes, thank you for dropping down, Queen. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for always pushing me to be my better self. I don't always make it. she tries to make me act nice too, y'all, but I don't always measure up to where she wants me at, but day at a time, baby, a day at a time, a day at a time. But yes, that's one. She is always in my corner, and I love her to death. Ain't nothing that she could ever ask me for that I would not. I'll move it. I'll squeeze some red wine out of a rock. That's my girl. Thank you so much, Miss Corzetta. Thank you so much, baby. But yes, thank you so much for all who are actually going to join me. It's going to be a fabulous time, baby. Either I'm going to cry. I told y'all, either I'm going to crash out on the boat and y'all all going to get it and have your phones out like, look at this here. or I'm going to be the life of the party. I'm going to do that anyway. Even if I crash out when I come back to, baby, turn that music up, DJ. Because once you get on the boat, you can't get off. So it's going to be fine. But yes, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me go on to Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X. And right before I do that, just a real short one. I'm going to throw this in there. K. Michelle, baby, I'm so happy for, you can't really talk about Tamar Braxton without talking about K. Michelle. But at least K. Michelle hasn't made any jokes about her. Not yet. Not yet. K, chill. Chill, K, chill. But K. Michelle, it's rumored that K. Michelle has been filming with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think this is fantastic news. I think it is fantastic. I think this is actually going to bump K. Michelle closer to what some of her goals are. I believe that because it's different. Real Housewives of Atlanta is different. It's a different platform than Love and Hip Hop. I got nothing against Love and Hip Hop. Y'all know I lives for Love and Hip Hop, and I will definitely be over there to see Miss Netta and her raggedy behind on there. If that's true that she's actually going to be on there, I will be over there to watch Netta and Charles to see if their dinner is really ready. I'll be there. But K. Michelle, this is a good look. It is a good look. I think that the Real Housewives of Atlanta platform would definitely be a fitting working catapult closer to that country music situation and being taken seriously. I think this will work really, really well for her. So I was elated when I seen that. I said, oh, okay, Michelle, listen, the girl got the talent. She got the talent, and it ain't no joke. She's dramatic too. She's dramatic, and she makes good television. She got a lot with her, but you cannot mistake nor you can't drag her talent at all. She's talented. She is very talented. Very talented. When she opened up her mouth, baby, things in the room move. K. Michelle is good. She is very good. And I've always been rooting for her. I've always loved her since I first ran into her. I can't do this. That was my jam. Love her. Anyway, okay, so let's move on to my little baby child, Lil Nas X. Oh, my little chocolate drop, honey. Lil Nas X. Now, I saw the baby. I saw him live. I seen him live in real time. He was singing. He had on the robe, and he was at him, and I paid him no mind because he has basically kind of walked into his self. So he's always a little bit extra. He's not afraid of his queen that lives inside of him so much anymore. So him dancing and singing, and I said, what the hell song is that? That's him. And if you follow him, he'll just bust out and start singing, and it's not always rap and stuff. He actually is talented. He actually is talented. And I love Montero's voice. I love his voice. He's not a Luther Vandross. No, he's not, he's not any of those people that give you like this church voice. And y'all know I love music. He's not that. But I love his cadence and what he brings. He is definitely his own creation. And I love what he does. I do. I love his stuff. I love his materials. So it's nothing to see him singing a show tune. Just gay. Just gay. Just Le Jabberwocky. So that I didn't pay him any mind. I was like, oh, he over there queening out doing his normal. And then as the night progressed, I'm up late and I said, what my baby doing? He going down the street. He's chanting for himself like he's at a ball, and baby marching. Now the outfit I didn't even think twice about it. It was an outfit. He had his white cowboy boots and he had on white they weren't briefs, they were white bikinis. I was like, okay, I mean, he in Cali. It's hot. That was no big deal. And he got body. And this is how he dresses. Like, I mean, when did it become strange to see Lil Nas X with nothing on but some drawers? That's not, he don't run from his body. He has not ran from his body in a very long time. That child is going to wear a midriff. He's going to give you abs, booty, and all the things. All the things. And it wasn't no big deal. It was like, okay, cool. And I was like, all right. He looked cute. He looked cute in this little stuff. Shit, I mean, if I was built like that, I'd probably walk around with some drawers on too. Trying to making y'all eat, baby. Eat. And be strutting. And that's like my grandmother used to say, honey, he was strutting Miss Lizzie down the street. And I was like, that still didn't strike me. All that crazy. I was like, oh, he doing the most. And I figured at that point, I said, he's doing what he does. He trolling y'all. Because, of course, y'all are going to pay attention to him walking down the street with some white drawers on. Everybody going to be looking, and there was different people looking for different reasons. Different people was looking for different things. But everybody was being served. Everybody was being served. Everybody was getting what they wanted, including him. He was getting it. So I never thought drug overdose, crash it out, I didn't think anything of any of it. Oh yes, anti-perf. That was my grandmother's word. My grandmother used to say that all the time. She said, "Oh, there you go. You strutting Miss Lizzie, huh? Sit your ass down." Yeah, yeah, baby, strutting Miss Lizzie. But I didn't. It did. None of it struck me funny. Then I start listening to what he was saying, and I still was like, okay, he's just having fun. He's having fun. He's doing him, and he was. Oh, yes, sister. And just being gay. And I was like, all right. He wasn't obstructing traffic. He wasn't bothering anybody. He was literally doing him. He was doing him. He was doing him. You go to Atlanta, go to Atlanta. Hell, go over there to New Orleans. Just a few weekends ago, you seen a whole gang of them with red draws walking down the street doing the exact same thing. And everybody didn't look like him. But it was just free reign to do you, and they were doing them. But a whole gang of my people marching down the street, giving it. So none of it struck me straight. I was like, he fine. But then when he kept saying, are you coming to the party, babe? Yes, babe, come on to the party. I was like, what the hell was that conversation? And he was talking, some things just kind of start striking me a little strange. Like, what? Put the camera down. Didn't I tell you to put the camera down, babe? This, that. It was given, girl, you okay, bitch? That it started to give that. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever. Still not paying him a mind. I'm like, he doing him. Later on, things went left. And I didn't see footage of that. But as I've heard, he actually took the underwear off. I said, oh, no, Nas. No, you can't do that, baby. Not down the middle of the street, down to the, no. There's a place for all that where I'm sure they would have completely welcomed you to take them off, baby, and shake it a bit. Shake it up to 9. Ow. Yeah, it would have been fine, but not there. And then the thing of charging the police. I said, because I kept, when they were saying he was arrested, I'm saying, arrested for what? So I'm like, arrested for what? What is he doing? He didn't do anything. So I got evil, okay? Until I start hearing that he had taken the underwear off, and then he charged the police. He wasn't, he didn't act nice with the police. And I'm like, okay. So this is where I said, that's again why I don't always run here. I don't always, thank you, Crystal. Why I don't always run down here. I'm never going to be that YouTuber. That's just kind of how that's going to be. I will never be that YouTuber who's down here. I'm like, I'm the one that broke the story. That's not me, because I always kind of sit back a little bit. There's more to it, and what am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? And for me, that's just kind of more responsible for me, and that kind of works for me. But I don't feel the need to be the first one to get down here to report things to you all, because there's always something missing when you're the first one, and sometimes you be the first one, you get yourself into trouble because you done seen it all wrong, and you might build a whole narrative about somebody that's completely wrong, because none of that stuff made sense to me. None of it made sense. He's arrested for what? And then later on, more info came out. Armand basically was the one where I saw Armand Wiggins. Shout out to Armand. Hey, baby. Armand said, I have the photos, because people were actually telling Armand, yeah, well, they love to try Armand and get him all wired up. And he said, no, I have the photos where he actually took the underwear. Then Armand, I laughed at Armand. I said, see, everybody looking for their own reason. Armand got to talk about what he saw. I said, shut up, Armand. he threw his whole commentary out. He said, "Ooh, and it was this, and it was that." I said, "Shut up, Armand, shut up." But Yeah, so when Armand added that layer to it, I said, okay, all right. So now it's starting to make sense. But I really hate this for my baby. I do. I love Lil Nas X. I really do. Um, and again, when he trolls y'all, yes. Does he go too far sometimes? Yes. Yes. I'm going to get to that in just a second. We're going to get to that. So he got detained and all of that stuff. He got arrested and all that. And then things just went left. Because all that was bad enough. It's like, get the baby some help and let's go. Let's figure out what's going on. What's going on? Then somebody goes and they are down there doing the street interviews. They went down there and they found his mother. Now, we know his mother is literally, and no disrespect intended, she's a crackhead. She's a crackhead. You know, and I don't know no other way to say it. And I don't have, you know, to say that she's a drug addict. No. She's a crackhead. Okay, she's a crackhead. So she got some things going on, and they go down there and they exploit the woman, and she was exploited. They exploit her, and now they're interviewing her and all of this. They run right to her. I said that was tacky, but again, get money, bitch. Because that's what, again, running down here, get money. Because what was that all about? She can't help herself. So exploitation. That's all that was about, and it was sad. It was sad. I just looked at her, my stomach turned. My stomach turned. You know? So I really hated that. I really hated that. But they did that. Then I saw the people coming out, and it's all this negativity. All this negativity. What is it about? Are we still hating on Lil Nas X like that? And I heard a lot of stuff from people in the community. Y'all still doing this to him? Haters. Haters. He's just doing all that feminine stuff. He messed up his career. Did he? Did he? Did he? And why now? Why is it became an attack? It became an attack. It reminded me so much of when everything was going for him, and then he did the kiss on BET. Did he push the envelope a little bit too far? Of course he did. That's what he does. He's a troll. He's a master troll. He did just like he was supposed to. He gave y'all a moment. Everybody gets a moment. Beyonce gave y'all a moment. When she came down, the very first time when she debuted Crazy in Love on the BET Awards, and she came out of the O in her name, she gave y'all a moment. After that, Monique came out dancing to Beyonce and gave y'all a moment. He gave y'all a moment too, the way that he knew how. He kissed the boy. I kissed the boy and I liked it. Gave y'all a moment. Got a reaction out of y'all. What is he? He is a master troll. A master troll. What y'all thought that was that Monique was doing? When Monique did the whole thing to Beyonce, Monique's whole tagline was skinny bitches could never. So she came and showed you I could do just what she did and I ain't skinny. That was trolling. But it wasn't mean-spirited. It was, she really was paying homage to her, but in essence, it was trolling. Girl, I'm getting ready to do you. And then Beyonce was there to see it. It was a moment. It was wonderful. It was wonderful and it was fun. And Beyonce's a good sport, so she didn't feel no type of way about it. But you know, there's other performers that she couldn't have did that with. They'd have felt some type of way. See, we going somewhere else. Beyonce tried to do it with Etta James. She paid complete homage to Etta James. Etta James couldn't even receive it for what it was and got the nerve to be offended and said some old bullshit about Beyonce. Etta James, girl, if you don't sit down, nobody was going to ask you to sing At Last ever again. If Beyonce hadn't sang At Last, we wouldn't have been calling and looking for you. They'd have played the record and kept it moving. But it's trolling. Trolling could be good, trolling could be bad. But he trolled y'all. He kissed the boy. Then he did the whole thing with the whole devil worship thing. That was him trolling. Do I believe that he actually does worship the devil? No, not at all. Not at all. And I just looked at my baby and shook my head. I said, oh, this is going to get you in trouble. And it did. It got him in trouble. It got him in trouble. That was trolling. That was master trolling. And when you troll, master trolling, there is an element of risk to it. When you are trolling at that level, it can blow up in your face. It can go one way or the other. It really can. It can go one way or the other. That one he struck out on. That one he's had a hard time getting back from. But I just want to know why is all that coming up now as attacks toward him when he's obviously in a time where he don't need that. He don't need that. Something went on with Lil Nas X. Something went on. And I'm going to have to say to my baby, what's up? Same thing I said to Tyler, I'm saying to Lil Nas X. Do you trust all the people that are in that circle with you? Do you trust everybody that's in that circle with you? Because there was footage. How'd the footage get out? Even tripping and carrying on, whoever was filming was up close and personal. Was up close and personal. It was somebody that he was comfortable with. And they were filming it. And it never struck. I don't know him from a can of paint. I'm a fan. And I said, something ain't right. You know, after a while, and I was here. I was doing whatever I was doing and coming back and look. And I'm sitting over here holding brooms. It looked like I need to be handing out brooms for the cleanup because it looked like a lot of my young people, my babies need some cleaning up. It's time to clean up around you. Everybody on the front row ain't no fan, it looks like. And nobody tried to stop him. Like he was just in such spirit that he didn't even look like anybody was trying to stop him from anything. And that's the part that was getting me. What was the baby on? Because he didn't even have, when I say he was strutting Miss Lizzie, he was getting it, bitch. He was getting it. I mean, he wasn't slurring. He wasn't, his steps wasn't off. That bitch was walking. You hear me? I was like, okay, getting it. And I just figured there was a point where I said, oh, he's sweating. But you can, like, in his leg, you can see his legs were getting, like, wet. But I'm like, he's in Cali. It's hot. And you out there walking and carrying on. But it wasn't like a profuse sweating. It's like, shit, he got on boots. You ain't got on nothing but some drawers, but you got on boots. These boots are made for walking. And boots will make your feet hot. Old nasty piece of cowboy boot. That was cute, that. Old nasty piece of cowboy boot. So nothing really seemed so off to me at first. I don't know. But again, with him, he need to watch who he got around him. There's snakes in the grass. There's snakes in the grass. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So listen, so y'all wanted to know what I thought about these things. This is what I thought about this. Tyla needs to I need to send her a broom so she can clean up. Just cleaning up. She need to clean up around her because I don't think that everybody on her front row is a fan. Tamar, exhausting. Exhausting. I just, girl, I want to be able to freely care about your well-being without always feeling as though you running a play, or I don't want to question whether or not you're okay. I just want you to just be okay. Like, I want to know when you're trolling, and what I don't want to question the integrity of your moves all the time. So that's really exhausting. And then with Lil Nas X, listen, I need for somebody to get their hands on him and get things straightened out and find out what this is, how we got here, and how do we get as far away from this as possible. Because you see, it's in the blood. It's in the blood. We see where it can go. We see where it can go. You look at that, it's a bloodline, honey. We ain't nothing but animals. You look at mama. Mama is a whole crackhead out here. We see where this can go. How do we stop this? How do we stop this? And he got money. He got money. That's another thing. Oh, he ain't got no money. He got money. He got money. He got enough money to get himself together. He got money. He needs help. We need to figure out, and it's not just help. We need to figure out how he got there. How did he get there? And what is it? And why does his body take so much of it? Like, I mean, because he was handling it, whatever it was. If that's what ODing looks like to him, that's a dangerous type of junkie. That's a real day. Like, a heroin addict that can lean into a back bend to the point where their hair is touching the floor, but the bitch don't never hit the ground. That's a dangerous junkie. Like, wait a minute, bitch. Girl, how is you in that angle, honey? Hair touching the floor. And meanwhile, they actually got a Tony Braxton cut. Let me go. Let me get out of here. Listen, I love y'all for real. Thank you all for who sent the super chats and cash apps and things. I see you. I thank you so much. And listen, I'm out here. I'll see y'all in these streets. I'm out here working and looking at the things. Those of you who are interested in sailing with me, that is in May of 2026 that we're going to be sailing. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time. I booked it out that way so that you have plenty of time to make it easy on the pocket, because, I'm like a family member that you actually chose. So I'm second level, So, you don't drop everything. I put it far enough out that you can actually do what you need to do and it not hurt you in your pocket. I know some of you can't be hurt in your pocket. Catch. But if you want more information about the cruise, just hit me up at treasurtravel@yahoo.com. It's TREZURTRAVEL. I don't know why people be wanting to spell treasure with an E. There is no E at the end of it. TREZURTRAVEL@yahoo.com. Just shoot me email and tell me you want information about the cruise, and boom, send it. We're cruising Virgin Voyages, but of course, cruising Virgin Voyages, going to have a wonderful time. And yeah, you're putting down like 20%, and you literally have until beginning of January to actually pay it off. So hopefully I've made it really easy for folks to really get it done. But I am inviting you all, anybody who wants to sail with me, please do come with me and experience this with me. Let's make some memories in real time. Even the trolls, you all that don't like me and y'all down there and you want my attention, come on and get my attention. Come and get a hug for real. Might be a bear hug, but come on and get a hug. Miles, hi baby. I am good. How are you? See, that's one of my babies right there. Old Miles. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. I will see y'all soon. I will. Bye, y'all.